Now think about this. How many times have you dropped your phone? Once? 10 times? Maybe more than you'd like to admit. And yet, somehow the screen is still intact. No spiderweb cracks, no shatter marks, no tiny shards in your fingertips. Well, chances are, you've got Gorilla Glass to thank for that. Today, we're diving into the surprisingly fascinating world of smartphone screens and answering the question, how Gorilla Glass works on your phone. Let's break it all down, right here, on History of Simple Things. Let's start with a little backstory. Gorilla Glass didn't just appear one day out of nowhere, it actually has roots going back to the 1960s. The company behind it, Corning Inc., originally developed a type of toughened glass called Chemcore for industrial and military use. It wasn't until decades later, around 2006, that Steve Jobs and Apple came knocking, looking for something better than plastic for their iPhone screens. Corning revived the technology, refined it, and gave it a much cooler name, Gorilla Glass. Since then, it's become the go-to material for most smartphones, tablets, and even smartwatches around the world. So what exactly makes Gorilla Glass so strong? Let's break it down. At its core, Gorilla Glass is a type of aluminosilicate glass. That's a fancy term for a glass that contains aluminum, silicon, and oxygen as its primary ingredients. But it's not just the ingredients that make it special, it's the process. The real magic starts during manufacturing, through something called the ion exchange process. And don't worry, we're not going to go full chemistry class here. Basically, it involves swapping out tiny ions in the glass with bigger ones, which builds up internal compression. Why does this matter? Well, imagine holding a rope that's being pulled tightly from both ends. That tension helps prevent the rope from snapping. In the same way, the compression in Gorilla Glass helps prevent cracks from forming and spreading. So why don't we just stick with plastic or regular glass for phone screens? Well, plastic scratches way too easily. Sure, it won't shatter, but after a few weeks in your pocket next to your keys, your phone would look like it survived a sandstorm. Not ideal. Regular glass, on the other hand, can look nice and stay clear, but it's brittle. Drop it once at the wrong angle, and it's game over. Gorilla Glass hits a sweet spot. It's harder than plastic and more flexible than regular glass. That flexibility is actually a big deal. It allows the glass to absorb impacts rather than just breaking under pressure. Let's talk numbers for a second. Gorilla Glass isn't invincible, but it's incredibly strong for how thin it is. For example, Gorilla Glass Victus, one of Corning's latest versions, can survive drops from up to 2 meters. That's taller than most refrigerators. It's also twice as scratch-resistant as earlier versions. And the best part? It's just 0.4 to 0.6 millimeters thick, about the width of a credit card. All that strength in something that feels practically weightless. And it's not just about how far it can fall. Gorilla Glass also performs well under pressure. In lab tests, it can withstand hundreds of pounds of force without cracking, thanks to the internal stress layer created during manufacturing. That means it can take the pressure from being sat on, stuffed in overfilled bags, or pressed under heavy books without giving out. It's not indestructible, but it's built to survive the chaos of daily life. Now, Corning hasn't just made one version and called it a day. They've been constantly improving it. Let's run through a few of the major upgrades. Gorilla Glass 1, the OG used in the first iPhone. Gorilla Glass 2 to 4, each version got thinner and stronger while maintaining optical clarity. Gorilla Glass 5, improved drop performance significantly. Gorilla Glass 6 survived multiple drops from 1 meter. Gorilla Glass Victus, better in both scratch resistance and drop protection. Victus 2, specifically designed to survive drops on rough surfaces like concrete. Each generation was like leveling up in a video game. More armor, more agility, better survival odds. Now here's something worth appreciating. The fact that most of us don't even think about our phone screens until we drop them. That silence, that invisibility, that's the sign of good design. Gorilla Glass is designed to be optically pure, so your screen looks bright, crisp, and clear. It's also engineered to be touch-sensitive, so swiping and tapping feels natural and responsive. It even resists oil and fingerprints better than regular glass thanks to a special coating applied during manufacturing, so those smudgy screens would be even worse without it. Okay, let's be real for a second. Despite the marketing and the science, Gorilla Glass isn't unbreakable. No material is. Drop your phone from a high enough place or onto a jagged rock and yeah, it can still crack. It's tough, not magic. That's why phone makers still recommend screen protectors or cases, and why some brands include ceramic shields or sapphire crystals on top of Gorilla Glass for extra durability. But even with that reality check, Gorilla Glass dramatically reduces the odds of screen damage in everyday scenarios, like falling out of your pocket, off the bed, or even face down on pavement. As devices continue to evolve, foldable phones, curved displays, thinner bezels, Gorilla Glass has to keep up. Corning is already working on flexible glass for foldables and antimicrobial glass for public touchscreens and healthcare. They're also focusing on making glass even tougher for rugged environments, like construction sites or extreme sports. And who knows, maybe one day we'll get self-healing glass like something out of a sci-fi movie. That's still a way off, but never say never. So the next time you drop your phone and it comes out unscathed, take a moment to silently thank the scientists, engineers, and weirdly specific chemical processes that made Gorilla Glass possible. It's one of those everyday marvels we rarely think about, until it saves us hundreds of dollars in screen repair. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.